There we go. All right. I should be able to have volume now. Good morning to everybody. Hi, Bruce, California Bear, Michael Athos. No, this will not be a train wreck. I promise. So I hope everybody's doing well. I really and truly do. So nice of everybody to join us. This is just our general weekly, every other week live stream. Let me fix the lighting here. Oh, and oh, there we go. I think that's a little bit better. So, Bruce, Brewmaster, Dardos, buenos dias. Bill Welsh. How you doing, Bill? No, we're not into the train wrecks. You know what? I'm just going to tell you, like I said before, I've said this. I had hoped that live stream had turned out different. Sagittarian Pinoy, I don't recognize you, but welcome. Please do join us. Michael says he's having eggnog and tandoori in the States. Oh, that's a weird little bit of a... Charlotte, John. Charlotte, North Carolina? Is that where you're at? Abuser made it as one. Well, thanks. And Dave from Alaska as well. I know Charlotte very well. I think we've spoken before and discussed it. Dave says he's in a good mood. So let's get started here. We've got 19 watching, 21 watching. So we'll get started a little bit here in just a few more minutes. We'll give them 5 minutes to get here. Tony Manning. Good morning, Tony. Nice to have you. John says, yes, it is. I know Charlotte. My mom is in Charlotte. That's where my mom lives. I know it very well. Fortunately or unfortunately, as it may be. Tony Manning's in Columbus, Ohio. Is it starting to get chilly up there in Columbus? Yes, John, we have spoken. 23 watching. It's been an interesting week. It's been interesting for multiple reasons, of which we're going to go into. And, I think that it really and truly signifies change. I think it really does. I got a lot of grief about taking sides and being biased in the Tim K. Mogman issue. And I'm just going to briefly get this out there. You know what? All my intent was originally was to say, hey, you know what? When you start getting a Filipino citizen involved, okay, then you start to get yourself in big trouble. And we're not going to go into it. That's not what this live stream is going to be about. All right? That's what my original intent was until Tim made that snarky remark. Then I had to do something to that. Abuser, Ricky Last. We met Ricky. Went to lunch with him one day while he was here. Abuser, Philly was a shit show. Yeah, you know what? There were multiple things about that live stream that I didn't care for. But I have no control over that. I really and truly don't. I was a chat moderator. And as a chat moderator, I don't have control over the panel, over the video and audio feeds, only within the channel. And I got to tell you, it was almost impossible for me to keep, well, it was impossible for me to keep up. Okay? It's that simple. There are things that we just can't allow. Things that are against YouTube community guidelines and things that which could be construed as harassment towards a Filipino citizen. And those things we just had to get rid of. Michael, listening from Philly, PA, cool and rainy. You know what? It's funny. It's been raining south of here, down in Bisaya and Mindanao, but it's been beautiful here. And the weather is getting nice. Ruby, good morning, Ruby. Young lady, how are you doing? How are you and your husband? I hope everything's nice over there in Australia. Is it cooling off? Copal, cold wind following them Buckeyes home. California Bear, roll tide. The nerve of Tim K calling you a nerd. What is this, the 80s? You know what? That goes along with my my video about trolls. It's all good. We don't care. We really and truly do not. Doesn't hurt our feelings. Matt, watching from ice cold Massachusetts. Wow. You know, some of my favorite times were up in Massachusetts. For a period of years, I lived in Boston area and in New Bedford, Mass, and Fairhaven. Loved it up there. Loved the Cape, everything else. Dennis Finchman, I enjoy your blog. Some let things go to their head. Well, you can see there's nothing much on my head, Dennis, including hair. So, it is what it is. Michael says, Tim took a hell of a beating last night. It was what my guy feeling told me about Tim. I only watched a few video from him figuring he was hiding from his past. You know what? I don't know. I don't watch Tim. I really and truly don't. And don't get me wrong. Oops, I just screwed something up there. There we go. Don't get me wrong. Okay? I say this because it's part of reality. And that is if their material doesn't interest me, I don't watch them. It's not because I don't like them. Okay? Has nothing to do with that. Michael says, light snow today. First snow of the year. Wow. Nice. He's a meanie weenie. Okay. So anyways, so keep in mind, you know, I moderate multiple channels. I don't take sides. I may not even agree with the content of that channel. Keep that in mind. That's important. All right. I'm there moderating, trying to help keep things within guidelines. So it is what it is. The younger generations call everyone more intelligent than themselves nerds. Like intelligence is an insult. There you go, Copal. Tim deflects from his actions within the community, the way he's mistreated the locals. I don't know. You know what? And I go back to saying this before. That was never my intent. My intent was never to take sides. My intent was not to quantify, qualify, validate, or invalidate anybody's position. That was not it. Now, that being said, did the live stream go off base? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it did. But hey, some of them do, some of them don't, is what it is. But let's talk about other stuff. That live stream really is not the gist of what we've got going on here. First off, I want to tell you this. It has been really apparent, documented, and obvious the crime rate in Angeles City is either up or the crime is being far more reported. I can tell you that let's just take some for instances where Tequila Reef is. So that's right there on A Santos. And down the street from Tequila Reef, one block from Tequila Reef, all right, and one block over, there have been 3 armed robberies. And I actually saw one. A friend of ours shared it with me. A Filipino woman all right, leaves her home. It's on CCTV. Leaves her home to, walk 3-4 houses down to the little sorry store. It's early in the morning, 5-6 a.m., I guess. All right. 2 guys on a motorcycle pull up. One jumps off and pulls out a gun. Pulls out a gun just to steal from a Filipino. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. We know that there's been a couple of robberies up in the area where they're building the new KTV on Narcisco Street up the road from us. We know that there's been a couple of break-ins. A friend of ours had their place was broken into while they were there over, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 blocks over by Malabañas Street. So, I mean, it has really gotten, we're seeing a lot more of it. That's for sure. And when we see it, are we seeing it because it's a sign of the times, or are we seeing it because it's an every year occurrence because of November, December, Christmas is coming? I don't know. All we can do is watch it, I think. Good morning, Timmy Dog. How are things over in Japan? Hope you're doing well. All right. Michael says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, either way, I'm not here. We're not doing this to bash Tim. We're not doing this to bash Mog. We're not doing this to do anything, And let's make sure we do keep our comments within the YouTube guidelines, which strictly means we're not going to be talking about possibility of age issues when relationships start, and we're not going to be talking about physical threats. In other words, if somebody makes physical threats, they're going to be banned and deleted. It's that simple. The Bruce McTavish of the airways. Well, I hate to say this, abuser, but I don't know who Bruce McTavish is. I apologize. Hi, Dave. I know you are, but what am I? Pee Wee Herman. The only thing missing from the live stream was the British guy talking about getting enemas. Yeah, I missed that one. I was not around for that one. I heard about it. I heard about it, Michael, but I was not around for it. That would have been a little bit funny. California Bear, every time I ask him that question, he never answers. Funny. They hate us because they ain't us. Sometimes, oh, wow, 51 in the room. We're almost up to our record. Our record is 52. We've never had more than 52 in a live stream. So stick around. Maybe we can break 53, a new record. Wow. Thank you so very much. Okay. So we're talking about crime. And do you notice whether crime is up or down where you're at? I mean, obviously it's more public. Obviously we're getting a lot more news about crime, both in the U.S., the UK, and Angelique's 57. Holy cow. That's just great. Thank you. They hate us because they ain't us. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Wait just a moment. Wait. I did screw something up. There we go. You know what? I always forget to do this because nobody ever does, but I do it because it's happened before. I forgot to turn on the super chat. So You should have the ability to send super chats now if you want. I'm not even asking for them, okay? Just if you want, all right? But I'm trying to remember to always do that now. 56. Whoa. Screwed that up, didn't I? So anyways, yeah, crime is definitely getting worse and worse. However, I got to tell you 2 stories from Arlen. I really and truly do. So the first story, I don't know whether Arlen was setting me up consciously or was Arlen actually being straight up. I'm pretty sure she was setting me up. You know, you guys don't interact. Arlen's very shy, so she's not on video often and on cam. But she's not dumb. She's actually very intelligent. So the other night, we're laying in bed, actually, and we were talking about Thanksgiving. And she's like, why is this such a big deal? Why? I mean, we could go to XYZ or here, there, by. You know, they have a much better buffet. They have a much better selection. It's just this, this, and this. And I said, well, Arlen, though, honey, I really want to go somewhere that has fresh carved turkey. And she goes, I don't understand what that is to you. I don't get it. And I said, well, you were in the U.S. for Thanksgiving. She goes, yeah, but those were turkeys you made and you had with it. You know, what is the whole, how did you even start Thanksgiving? And so I explained to her, you know, how the original first settlers shared a meal and invited the Indians and developed relations, and they were giving thanks and this, that, and the other. And Arlen, with a stone cold face, I mean, absolutely stone cold, looks at me, lays on her head and pops her head up and says, was that before or after they stole all the land of the Indians and then murdered all of them? Were you giving thanks for that? I swear to God, that's exactly what got me. She didn't skip a beat, miss a second. I think she was setting me up for that one. The second story is every now and then when Arlen is, we'll be out. We'll go to Tequila Reef. We'll be sitting outside at Tequila Reef having a margarita, ordering dinner. And there is one particular beggar woman who comes around. If we're there for a couple hours, she will pass by twice at least. Okay? Now, we see her at breakfast all the time. She's always out there. Arlen goes to SM on Black Friday. Okay? More power to you, Arlen. Have fun. I've never really been a fan of Black Friday. In fact, I can't understand. You know, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the Philippines, but they celebrate Black Friday, by God. Anyway, so Arlen goes, and she's like there 5 minutes before they open, and she sends me a photo, and it's the beggar woman. And the beggar woman is dressed very nicely, has a very nice pocketbook, and is on her way into SM. So I guess begging does have its benefits. So I thought that was kind of unique. John Calder, I'm old now, and there never was the term nerd when I was growing up. Nothing wrong with being a nerd, and I would consider myself a nerd. Yeah, I can remember it when I was younger. Nerds were usually used to connotate smart people, but that's not me. It was hard to take the guy with Mr. Roboto voice here. I got to tell you, I'm going to bitch about that right now since you brought it up, Dave. Okay? Mr. Roboto was John Kuya. Kuya John. All right? And I'm going to tell you, I even said it in the chat. I said, you know what? If I ever find you in the chat and I'm a moderator, I'm going to instantly kick you out and ban you. That is the most aggravating piece of shit. You couldn't understand but one word out of every three, and it was over everybody else. I mean, some of his statements were funny, but at the same time, he's an ass-kissing minion as far as I'm concerned. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. Abuser says he agrees. Mike Ross says, I would assume as Xmas near index crimes rates will increase. Yes, Mike, I would think that that is going to happen. I really and truly do. Is it even legal for a Filipino to carry a gun? Yes, you can get a gun permit and you can carry a gun. There are rules and regulations about it, and I don't know them because, I'm not a Filipino citizen. I've never looked into it. LG, you do know Andy Omar is an alias. I know that's probably not his real name, but I really don't know that much about Andy. Ruby says petty crimes usually pick up when Xmas gets closer in the Philippines than any other time of the year. Yeah, Ruby, I would think so. I really and truly would believe that. And certainly we are seeing it. Wow, 57 in the room. I'm so happy, so to speak. Copal, historically, how bad is it? I think data is hard to compare to the last few years. Tourist banks. Yeah, you know what, Copal? I don't know. I couldn't give you an answer. I do believe that social media has increased awareness of it. All right. I believe that people talk about it in circles that other people aren't in and normally wouldn't see or hear about it. But because of social media, they will see these posts on YouTube. They will see these comments and forums and Facebook. So I don't know. Mike Ross, if they have concealed carry permit, then yes, Ricky. Mike says that they can get a concealed carry permit. Again, I don't know. World famous referee and longtime Angeles resident wife owns international travel. Okay. All right. That's kind of cool. I see 55 now. Yeah, it's up and down in the low 50s, Bruce. But I'm happy with it, that's for sure. Mike says he's 57. Tony says 57. Moon River, good morning, Moon. You know what? Here, if you're ever a single guy and you think you qualify as being good relationship material, and you can convince Moon River to even chat with you, this is a woman worth your while. She has some of the best, you know what? I can't, she has incredible, well-grounded and traditional family values that just, what she goes through for her family is incredible. California Bear, 57. We're dropping down again. It's okay. Van Turner, how you doing, Van? Why is it grown YouTubers act like whining panty waste? What a wife. Because they have nothing better to do, I guess. I don't know, Van. Some of them are offended. Some of them have nothing better to do. Some of them using it as a teaching experience. Who knows, Van? Abuser, listen to their sycophantic subscribers. Yeah, there were definitely some opinionated comments. There's no doubt about that. Doesn't like California Bear. Michael, crime is through the roof in my hometown in Michigan. We have the top 10 most violent. Wow, Michael. Michigan in the top 10. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Egos are huge. Yes, some people's egos aren't. We are not. You know what? Arlen and I are just simple people. And with that being said, you know, we were fortunate in life and we get on down the road. Murano Grill. Yes, I've heard of it. I've never been there. Happy belated Thanksgiving to you guys from us. Hope you're Florida, man. We're doing great. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you. And we're doing well today. In fact, today we're going to go, and I may even video it. All right. I've been doing some test videos on our new Osmo Pocket 3, deciding how much I do love it. And we may even video it. There's a place up that just opened this week, a couple days ago, 60 all new record. Wow, 60 people on. There's a place right up the street that actually just opened called O Save or something like that. I think we're going to do that today. Hope your holiday went as well, Florida man. Oasis Hotel. Yes, that's no wonder. Yeah, that's where we went for Thanksgiving dinner. The Oasis Hotel. I didn't realize it's called the Murano Grill. But yeah, and it was great. I mean, it was great. They had fresh cut right off the turkey, gravy. They had roast beef and, you know, all the other stuff. I was not a big fan of the stuffing, but you can't have everything, can you? Dave says crime is always high here in Anchorage, Alaska. As a matter of fact, Alaska is rated the number one dangerous place to live in the United States. Yes, I've seen that before, Dave. Get her off CNN. Moon River. Thanksgiving to an American is like Sinulog to a Filipino. I don't know, but I will tell you this. I love Thanksgiving. My two favorite holidays are Thanksgiving and Halloween, if you want to consider Halloween a holiday. But it is what it is. Anything that involves shopping can be celebrated. Indeed, it can. Arlen was asking a good question, which is never discussed. Yeah, Van. I just had to laugh and say, you know what? We stole their land. We fought a war. We conquered them. We gypped them. We connived them. We did all kinds of stuff. Not much unlike every other colonizing country has done. But no, you're right. And then we made them a depressed ethnic group. But that's maybe for another time. That's for sure. They should call it Brown Out Friday. Oh, we didn't have any brown out yesterday, Florida man. We had power all day. Well, we always have power to a certain degree. If there's a brownout here at Candy Palace, and I think at all the Candy properties, our power flips over to generator within seconds. So, like beggars carrying kids. It could be. Copal, next you're going to tell me Junior is 6 feet tall. Well, no, he's not. He certainly is not. Abuser, criminals. So, anyways, I guess what happens here is, you know, we have all of these different things that have been going on this week. All of this other stuff. And where I go is, or where I go from here is pretty simple. You know what? Don't shoot everybody and don't assume that everybody has a shared and equal opinion. You know, we moderate for channels and we have varying opinions. You know, I moderate for Philly, and he and I disagree on many things, but we also agree on other things. And if I can help him keep his channel and not get strike for YouTube content guideline issues, great. At the same time, I had hoped something bigger was going to come of it, but it didn't. It absolutely didn't. Van Turner, I'll pay you Tuesday for hamburger today. You know, Van, I hope you watch some of the videos. I've got 2 videos coming out this week that I think you're going to find interesting, or at least I think you'll have an opinion on. In fact, I would tell everybody, I've got 2 videos coming out this week, and there are going to be a lot of people that disagree, and there are going to be a lot of people that don't like what I have to say. And I'm sorry. You know what? We pride ourselves in relaying information that we see, we know, we experience. We're not going to, we're just not going to blow sunshine up your ass. We're just going to tell you how it is. Would we tell you we love the Philippines? Sure we would. Would we tell you it's great here? For us it is. Sure we would. Would we tell you we got this, this, and this? Sure. Would we tell you there's no crime? No, we wouldn't tell you that. Would we tell you that Filipinos don't cheat on their husbands? No. Would we tell you that husbands don't cheat on their wives? No. Would we tell you that Americans or expats from any country are just about as likely to screw you over as a Filipino? You bet we would. So yeah, you're gonna see it. Blind Melon Ego Minion. I'm not sure what that really refers to, but maybe you'll explain it a little further down. Matt T. I just got into the videos about your rehab house in the province. Is there any crime out in that area? Are there bars there, or is it pretty much dead after dark? Matt, well, it's funny you should ask. First off, is there any crime out in that area? You bet there is. There's Filipinos steal from Filipinos all the time. The house next door to us was he's a pastor, and while they were at church, somebody broke into their home. Secondly, other people. I mean, one of Arlen's relatives, if I'm not mistaken, they stole the battery out of his trike. Yes, there's definitely crime in that area. Violent crime? Nah, not so much. Are there bars there? No. There are not even regular bars. Now, we heard at one time there was a bar. Okay, and when I say bars, I'm talking about bars with girls. We heard there was at one time, but nah. Is it pretty much dead after dark? You know, in the Philippines, and I don't know, you could ask Ruby. In the Philippines, after dark, you've got the food stalls that are still open, but mostly what you find is people congregate outside somebody's home, or at least in Arlen's province, it's that way. They're going to congregate outside of a home that is next to a Sorry store. They're going to get a bottle or two of Red Horse, pass it around, chit chat and stuff like that. Other than that, it is dead. I mean, dead. 61 in the room, a all new record. Thank you. Dardis, don't forget to press the like button. Thank you, Dardis. Thank you. Dave says, hey to Moon. Blind Melanigo, what's the latest on that YouTuber in jail in Cebu? You know what? I don't know. And again, we don't follow that kind of stuff. We'll see it if it comes up in our feed, but we don't really follow it because we don't know enough about it. In other words, we could follow it is he in jail? But then we'd want to know, why is he in jail? What did he do? Is he been charged? This, that, the other. I just don't know. And so we don't follow it and we don't report on it because, again, we don't talk about stuff we don't know or don't experience firsthand. Moon River, hello, Kuya Dave, ¿cómo está? I tell you, I'm still so impressed with Moon River and Ruby, obviously. Ruby Insightful, have the white envelopes started yet? Oh, 67 in the room. Wow. I'm so impressed. The white envelopes. That's something that Ruby could tell you a lot more about, but we have experienced it. LG, I would walk around anywhere 24/7 in Bangkok or Pattaya, but in Manila and Angeles, no way. You know what, LG? I agree with you. I don't know about anywhere, but I do see Bangkok and Pattaya as being a little bit safer. I really and truly do. And Abuser says he agrees. Moon River, I'm not single anymore. Oh my God, all the men's hearts that you're breaking, Moon. Moon, half the internet is going to cry. Oh my God. But I'm very happy for you. I really and truly am happy for you. And I wish you the very, very best. And I know you're going to do great. I really do. Abuser says some of the back streets in Bangkok, though. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere that's immune from it, but I think it's easier to stay out of trouble. Mabutai Ate Moon. I'm in the mood for some videoke. Oh, my God. Tin Whistle. Good morning, Tin Whistle. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Blind Melon, what about knives? Is it legal for Barry Jordan to show the knife at that bar in Mobile? I don't know. I've heard different stories. I've never really looked it up. Again, because it's unfortunate. It's just not something we experience. I've never heard of or seen a foreigner pull a knife here in Angeles City. What Barry Jordan did, I don't know anything about. I don't know. Moon River, Kuya Dave. Oh my God, they started already last Friday because it's a holiday till today. Karaoke 3 days in our neighborhood. Wow, that's a lot of karaoke. It's nice and quiet here, I'm going to admit. Even though Candy Palace did have a big Thanksgiving spread. Wow, 72 in the room. Again, an all-time record. Thank you so much. But even Candy Palace had a big Thanksgiving spread, and we didn't hear anything in our place. So, Moon, they're lucky I wasn't. Well, yeah, I've heard Dave sing karaoke. I would not sign him up with RCA Records. That's for sure. I'll leave it at that. Paul, my CRNA guy. Good evening, Mike, or good morning for you. I follow Tim K some. I subscribe to his channel and occasionally watch on his vlog. His past bothers me. You know what, Paul? Again, I would try and tell people, we weren't looking into, I was moderating, not being part of an opinion when it came to the live stream. And when it came to what I was talking about with Tim and Mark, had nothing to do with their actions, allegations, inactions, accurate or inaccurate. It was all about how fast you can get in trouble. All right. The issue of him saying his wife was going to file charges, that means his wife is going to file charges, or he's saying his wife is going to file charges against a foreigner. And that's a big deal. Ruby can tell you that is a huge deal. Bruce, I missed whatever happened with your broken camera. Did you get the replacement? Yes, Bruce. Actually, I got the replacement, and we've been so super busy. I played with it a little bit. I am going to start doing some experimenting this week. I already have videos that are set for the next couple of days. And with that being said, although there'll be a lot of comments because but they're both controversial, so to speak. I don't have to concentrate on material over the next couple of days, and so we're going to start testing it. But yes, I got a replacement. I can't say enough about DJI and about Photoline. I heard the stuffing of poppies was on point. Yeah, I'm telling you. You know what, Eric's Kitchen, man, they can cook. They've got the best biscuits and gravy in this town, without a doubt. James Gilbert, good morning, everyone. Good morning, James. Hope you're doing well. Shangri-La Resort, I about fell out of my chair. I looked at renting a one night in Boracay, $500 for one night. Wow, really? That seems to have gone up. I would have fallen out my chair too. Bruce, they're getting back at us at the casinos now. They're getting all our money to more than pay for the land that was taken. Well, I will tell you, they do quite well. How they administer that and take care of it, I can't tell you. Worst Halloween, New Year's Eve, amateur night. Oh. So Bill wants to know, how do they cook turkey there in the Philippines? I would assume they cook it just like they do anywhere else, except I'd be wrong. I will tell you a story. So we have a friend who has a place in the province, and his wife begged him to go down to the province for Thanksgiving last year. So they went. And as a surprise, they got a turkey and cooked it, and he didn't know anything about it. He told me it was a horror story. It was burnt. It was dry. They had no idea how to deal with it. And I'm not saying it happens everywhere. I'm just saying that's what he experienced. But what killed me was they chopped the turkey the same way they chop like chicken. I mean, they just chop it into pieces. They don't cut it second. Yeah. Told me it was quite different. Heat. Yeah, they use heat, abuser. That's for sure. Michael, abuser, the biggest bar night is Thanksgiving Eve. Everyone goes home to see friends and family. Well. So, Ruby, it's all the same in history for colonizers to abuse and take advantage of the natives. Yes, Ruby, it's absolutely true. What separates it is, how do those people go down the road? What happens 50 years later, 100 years later? Are they active participants in helping to lift that country up? Abusers, agreed. Bill, we have ovens here. Yeah. We even have an oven in our condo. Our condo has an oven and then a range as well. Okay. Abuser says stone pits. Well, hell, let me get offended in advance. Well, Copal, I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm going to tell you what two of the videos that are coming out that are going to offend people are about later this week, just to give you a preview. The first one is all the bullshit about people saying don't give money to family. That when you marry a Filipino, you marry a family, you should stand firm. You don't give them a dime. I don't give a penny to my wife's family. I'm going to call bullshit on that. I'm going to say that in most instances, not all, but after you've been married for a period of time, you can't help but help that family. All right? It's just natural. And, I'm sure there are some people that don't, but I don't know anybody that doesn't help to a certain extent. And we're going to talk about that in one video. The other thing that we're going to talk about is utang. All right? Utang and the black market for money. and you trying to understand, and some parts of Utong you don't understand. And Ruby will have some great information or comments on that. All right, because one of the issues is when somebody doesn't repay their debt, all right, on 5, 6, or whatever it is, everybody gets pissed off at them because it reduces not just, you know what, I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to tell you, it is far more complex than what people think. Bill, I know not too many people there don't have ovens. Thanks. Yeah, Bill, a lot of people don't. In fact, we had to special order when we built our condo. That was, we're one of, I think, only 2 condos in the entire building here at Palace that have an oven because they just don't use them that much. Married to a Filipina. Good morning from Wisconsin. Oh, is it getting chilly up there in Wisconsin? Good morning, married. I hope you're doing well. I hope your wife is doing well. Or maybe you're a white woman married to a Filipino. No, you says Filipina. Okay. Either way, hope your partner's doing great. Jeez. Michael says, Matt, you'll find very small town has many bars. They're behind the sorry stores. Local drink all the time, my brothers. Yeah, I don't consider those bars, Michael. But yeah, they're just people getting together and they drink. Bill says, James says, most people have never ate turkey here. That is true. That's very true. Arlene had never eaten turkey until she came to the U.S. And I come to think about it, I doubt her family has ever eaten turkey. Copal, need the Andex channel back to report on Cebu's story. George, are you in here? You know what? They're taking some time off. I feel certain they'll be back. I really do. And they'll be able to get more information on that. That's just not stuff we keep up with. We don't do a good job of it. And we're not going to do something that we don't think we do a good job on anyways. Karaoke bar is kind of meeting point for negotiations on meetups. Are you saying no karaoke bars in the provinces? You know what? I'm only talking about Arlene's town, Arlene's city. Most of the karaoke there are rental units. They put them up in somebody's yard or front house area or whatever, and they go at it. And then there are a lot of places that have a lot of homes that have karaoke inside. They have locals turkeys, black meat. I don't know about that, abuser. I bought, I don't know. Why would the meat be black? Ruby says, since I lived in Angeles City and Manila all my life in the Philippines, it's just city living like you see it today. Don't have personal experience of life in the rural or the province. But Ruby, do you, because 5, 6 is very prevalent here. All right. We see it up and down Fields Avenue all the time. Arlene can tell you, she can go in a salon and actually see the people collecting. So, I'm wondering if you've seen that in your time here. John, I used to subscribe to Philly of the Philippines, but during the pandemic, he made some racist remarks to the Chinese. Can't stand racism in any way. Unsubscribed. Okay, John, I understand that. And I've made this statement before. I don't dislike Chinese people. I just hate the Chinese government. Mike Ross, what you want to know about Barry Lee Jordan? He's still in immigration detention center and will be there a while. Well, there you go. That's what Mike says. Bill was, yes, that's why I was wondering how they cook turkey there. You know what? I know in my friend's home in the province, they have an oven. How they cooked it, I got no idea. Buser, Philly on the way out, in my opinion. He is moving. His channel content and niche is going to change for sure. Tin Whistle, I'm doing well, good sir. Hope you and Arlen are as well. Yes, indeed, Tin, we are. We hope you had a wonderful holiday. Moon says, thank you, Poe. Philly reminds me of Jerry Springer of YouTube now. You know what? Everybody, and even us, we are guilty of it. I could have never said anything about the situation between these two bloggers, but I felt like it was important for foreigners to find out how fast they can get in trouble. And I figured out that if I threw Tim's name in there, it'd be good for views. And it was. And I'm guilty of it. And I stand by saying I'm guilty of it. It's fine. Sometimes, life is what it is. Abuser says he's worse. Michael agrees. Philly's videos are different than his lives. He still puts out good stuff. I think some of it's good. His diving stuff is good. His travel stuff is good. His batting around town, some of it's really informative. And some of it's just, it's hard for me to get excited about some of it because I live exactly where all he's going. So, Steve, hi Mike, thanks for hosting a live stream. Always enjoy your channel. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Thank you so much. We hope you had a wonderful holiday. We've been talking about crime. We've been talking about things that have been coming up. Is Dave on karaoke even when sober? He looked sober to me, Ruby, but I don't know. I just know he was at his dad's place up in Pampanga. And like I said, I wouldn't sign him up for RCA Records. It was entertaining, though. Hey now, Doc, RCA may not sign me, but I'm damn sure I'll make the Gong Show. You probably could. The Gong Show, wow. That doesn't exist anymore, does it? I think that's long gone, but maybe. What happened to Philo? He totally stopped YouTube. Yes, it seems he has. Will he come back? I don't know. There's a lot to being a new father and living in a new place. And Philo, they just had a baby. I hear he's doing fine. I hear his health is fine. I hear he just decided that he didn't have the time or effort for YouTube. And who knows? He may yet come back. And we wish him and his family the very best. That's for sure. Hi, Ruby. At Ruby, I have to be slightly tipsy when he does karaoke. Okay, there you go. I was thinking of staying initially at Drake's when I came to Angeli's and try their cooking and wonder what your thoughts are on their hotel and food and would you recommend any dish? Well, Tim, I will tell you this. I can't give you any recommendation to the hotel itself. If the budget fits you, why not book a few days there at least to see if you like it? Their food is great. I've never eaten anything there that wasn't great. Okay? Now, I've never had any of their Filipino dishes. I've only had American dishes, and they've been great. Their biscuits and gravy, not as good as my mom's, all right, but damn close. It's really good. Really, really good. Their burgers are great. So I'd recommend their food for sure. Didn't Ace get his wallet stolen? Ace got everything stolen. I think twice now. He's all right. Originally, but you can go, you know what? You can go to his channel and he's got videos about it. So yeah. Empty. Paul, I was in Boracay in 2016, stayed at a nice bench for $40 a night. it's going to be hard to find $40 a night nice hotels beachfront in Boracay now. We usually stay at Henan Resorts, and they're not nowhere near $40, but they're a great hotel. Red coconut is the deal. What's red coconut? I don't know what that is, abuser. Bipolar. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. YouTubers think other YouTubers with more subs have a higher IQ and bow to them. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't think a couple of the bloggers that I know of, YouTubers with more subs than us, or any higher IQ than I am. Not saying I've got a brilliant IQ. Just saying I don't know. But perhaps the bachelor that is cool has been doing videos at home, so he may be waiting for his next check. Oh, that's an interesting thought. I didn't think about it like that. James Gilbert says, I've seen some videos saying they're sending out 2 SSI checks in December. Is that true? Does anyone know if it's true? I've heard the same thing, but I didn't get any notification from Social Security about it. And I don't know anything about SS disability. So SSDI. So I don't know. But I'll take 2 checks if they want to send them. Arlene loves to go shopping. But you know what? I should reference that. I shouldn't say that. Arlene is very frugal. She really and truly is. She is very conscious about how she spends and what she spends. So I really shouldn't have said that. Lechon type style turkey. Well, it's roasted just like you would roast a turkey in your oven at home. I'll tell you what I prefer. I prefer deep fried turkey. I used to have a turkey fryer. Oh, loved it. I loved it. Marinate that thing the night before, Cajun spices, inject it, and then fry it the next day. Whew. He's getting tired quickly. I don't know who you're talking about, abuser. Are you talking about Ace Bachelor Cool? I don't know. I have no idea. Bill Walsh says, that's what I was thinking, just a Bill. I don't support my wife's family, but willing to help her mom if needed. Exactly, James. And that's that's my point. We don't support. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go into what we do and don't do. But what I am saying, and part of the video that I'm going to put out, is the fact that if you think you're going to get into a long-term relationship and you're not going to help, you're sadly mistaken 99.9% of the time. I don't give a shit how big a man says, I am not giving money. I am the king. This is the way it is. It's my rules. You know what? I find very few of them are able to do that. Excellent, just not regularly. Ruby says, it depends on the financial status of your Filipina partner and if she's the breadwinner of her family before you're coming into her life. So demanding no financial help to her family is unreasonable. Exactly. Ruby's totally correct. You know what? And not just that. How do you watch other people be miserable? How can you watch, how would you feel if you found out that your wife's niece or nephew only had rice and vegetables to eat all week? No protein at all. You being as a reasonable, intelligent guy, children need protein. Children need medical care. Parents need medical care. There's a lot to be considered in that. There really and truly is. I'm going to guarantee you right now, your relationship, when you want to tell your Filipino that you're not going to help get your father's medicine or your mother's medicine or your niece a meal, how long that relationship's going to last. 10, when you say that you are one of only 2 apartments that have ovens, what do the others do? They have stovetops, all right? So when I say an oven, I'm talking about an oven and not a range, not a stovetop. All of the units have stovetops, all right? But they don't have ovens. Chopped turkey. My ex-wife made steak soup out of chopped porterhouse steaks. How'd that turn out? Uh, I guess it could be pretty good if you wanted to. A town with no karaoke. Well, there's plenty of karaoke. I've never been. I mean, I can tell you that all of the neighbors around our home in the province have karaoke or rent karaoke's for events. It's that simple. It's going to happen. Answer, hire the family. My wife's 2 sisters were our maids, sent the money home. Yeah, you could do that. Did you need them? No, maybe you did it out of the graciousness of your heart. Maybe you could have had a cheaper solution. I don't know. But my point is, in some instances, you can't do that. None of Arlene's family, well, again, I'm not going to go into Arlene. Okay? Town with no karaoke. 2 sisters. Already answered that. Michael, my wife's family is my diaper changers when I become like Biden. So I'll take care of them now. There are 1,000 reasons, Michael. Hope so. 5-6 lenders have been in existence since the 60s, even in Angeles City. That's basically 20% interest per month, usually paid daily. Yes. In fact, I did a lot of research on it, Ruby. Don't give it all away. But yes. And then there are 2 types of 5-6 lenders. There are the Filipina 5-6 lenders, and then there is the Bombay 5-6 lenders, the Indian 5-6 lenders. Quite different. And then there's another one. I don't have my notes in front of me. It's not a 5-6. It's like a group. But we'll not give it away. Wait for the video to come out. But yes, Ruby knows about them. All right. 10 was, I tried Thanksgiving meal for the first time on Thursday. I'm 40-year-old. Never had Thanksgiving before, a Thanksgiving meal before 10. Wow. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. And we hope we hope you had a tremendous event. That's great. Abuser. Are you single? I'll let Ruby answer that. Paul Henderson. I think a lot of people really like Philly. He would probably be a friend if I was there. Philly is not, in person, he is not like his live streams at all. There we go. Sorry about that. I had no idea my microphone was off, but Arlen did me. There was a hit piece put out on Brian, not very complimentary of his mother. Paul, I heard somebody make a comment about it, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know anything about Philly's family, and I wouldn't bring family and children into the equation. I really and truly would not. I'm sure, people that put out hit pieces, sometimes they just don't get it right. Abuser saw it. It was brutal. Wow. Expat Trash did one too. He's rubbed many the wrong way. Well, I guess we all have, unfortunately. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I hear that Tim K's channel was previously somebody else's? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't watch him, so I don't know. John, some YouTubers have the gift of gab. That's why they get the views. Yeah, they absolutely do. They have a personality. They have all of the things that make other people enjoy it. And that's great. I mean, isn't that what part of YouTube is about, is being able to form a community and share? Late coming in, did you comment on your Turkey Day dinner and where did you eat? Sure, you have a blog coming on soon. I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. I'm not. I'm not going to do it because everybody else does. We had dinner at the Oasis Hotel at Morano's Grill. It was a turkey and roast beef buffet. It was great. The only thing that wasn't spot on was the dressing, and it's just because it wasn't the kind of dressing I like. But it was tremendous. And we went, literally, the entire group of us was close to 20. But we had to split between two settings. So there were 9 with us and the rest was with the earlier group. The service was great. Everything was great. Kevin, deep fried is the way to go. You never go back. Absolutely. Richard Staley, nice to see you, Richard. I had Thanksgiving lunch with my father at Central Park. He used to bake the pumpkin pies there. Oh, wow. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like pumpkin pie. Tim says, I love chicken when it's Cajun. I like Cajun fried chicken too. Whoa. There we go. Kevin says, I saw Pappy in VFW Thanksgiving Day's dinner. Looked amazing. I'm sure Ace was at T-Backs there. I'm sure he was. I think he said he was going there. Deep fried turkey is great. Just make sure you have your cardiologist on standby. Yeah, it's not healthy, but it's yummy as hell. Running joke by me is I will sing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida in karaoke, the 17-minute version. So this will never happen. I have a funny story about In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. I really and truly do, but it's not for this live stream. Thank God, Abuser says. The trick is to invite your cardiologist to dinner. There you go. That'll help. LG, your channel is transparent, unlike Antics. I have a problem with them not mentioning the names of who they're gossiping about. He said, she said, no name, expecting viewers to know. I think that's, you know what? I can't comment because sometimes there's reasons for that, I think. I don't know. We just, if we can't say something about somebody, we generally wouldn't say it, period. We wouldn't, but on the other hand, there are instances where you can't. I mean, if somebody's talking, if I talk about a Filipino or a Filipina, that is actually against the law to say negative things about them or to harass them or cyberbully. I can't do that. I can't make slanderous allegations. I can get thrown in jail and deported for that. So perhaps that's a part of what you're seeing. There's an idea. I give my wife a substantial amount every month. If she wants to give it to help her family, that's up to her. But we did help when her nephew was in the hospital. Yeah, John, I think you're going to be interested. You know, we hear all of this about don't do this and don't do that and don't do this. You know what? We make suggestions and we show how we do things. We never tell people this is what you got to do. This is the way you have to do it. You can do it however you want, and you can do whatever you want. And that is just the way it is. Hiring your wife's family makes sleeping with the maid a lot weirder. I bet it does. I imagine that can make it quite controversial or at least difficult. It surely makes life complicated. California Belle, I was pissed off and sour about the steaks. The soup was okay. I bet it was. I don't cook turkey as an adult because it's just dry turkey and 5 days of leftover. I got to tell you, LG, I understand where you're coming from, okay? But a deep fried turkey is the most, the just so moist. I imagine it's all grease and oil, but it's still moist. And then I'm going to also tell you, there are two things that I absolutely love in life. That I love a good turkey sandwich and I love a good ham sandwich. So I love those leftovers. They never went to waste. But muted. Turn your mic. Audio, mic. Muted to cough and is not unmuted. Mute. Okay, there we go. I think I'm back to the point where I wasn't muted. I love the Thanksgiving. It tasted amazing. I wish I'd tried it before. It's great. Where is Arlene when we need her? She's probably sitting in the other room listening to this. She's the one that sent me a message on my phone that I was muted. And with any else, she might be sitting there actually trying to figure out more about the colonization of America and the Indians and Thanksgiving. I can't believe she did that to me. I swear she set me up. I think Mike should wear funny hats. Okay? I'll keep that in mind. LG, my opinion of you went down when I found out you were a moderator for him, but I still watch you. You know, LG, again, I'll go into this and I'll say, moderators don't necessarily represent the views and agree with the views of the channel. You know, we, as a moderator, I moderate for Philly because sometimes he has large live streams and help him try and keep his live streams YouTube guidelines straight and legally straight so he won't get in trouble for any kind of slanderous comments against a Philippine national. I apologize, LG, if you found, went down. I hope I can make it up to you. Audio. Man, I really screwed this up. Maybe the red nose for the next stream. I don't know about the red nose. I'm not sure about that. Arlene to the rescue. Yes, indeed. She did. Gosh. Okay. All right, Bob. I'm hoping that's a good thing. Salamat, Arlene. Oh, she's over there listening. Off since Ruby's 5'6" lenders. Wow, John, I'm so sorry. Abuser, I'm happily married for 19 years to the same guy and I'm retiring in Angeles. And unfortunately, Abuser, I've actually met him and he's a really nice guy. But you know something? Ruby's a really nice woman. Smart. She is smart. I'm really, really nice. Loud and clear. Lucky guy. Thanks, Arlen. Philly and Annex went at it over a year ago, but now all is well. Not. That's possible. I don't know. You know what? I try and stay out of the drama. We try and stay out of the drama. If you're not a part of the problem, then you don't know what the problem is. So if there is a problem, we're not a part of it. Ego out of control. It's possible. Muted when you read before. I've known Philly to be kind and caring to everyone he feeds the homeless. Yes, Bruce, you're absolutely correct. And I'll say that I know Philly personally. I know Brian. I see him a couple days a week. I'm going to admit to that. I'm not ashamed of it. I have breakfast with him. We have really interesting discussions that have nothing to do with YouTube at all, often. Okay? I know a lot. She's a very nice woman. The kids are funny and entertaining and sweet. I've never known him to be a vindictive or mean, intentionally mean person. Now, that being said, chasing after the views on YouTube, that's part of life. That's what we all do, and we're guilty of that as well. Not being American and have lived here 14 years, did not celebrate American Thanksgiving. Yeah, John, well, you know what? You don't need to celebrate Thanksgiving. Just eat their food. That's all it comes down to. Bob M., I smoked our turkey and it was great. Oh, wow. Smoked turkey. I've done that once. I used to have a Green Hill smoker. Incredible smoker. I used to do a whole half of a small pig in it. I could have actually fit a full pig in it, a small pig. All right. I've done more ribs, chops, chickens, pork, pulled pork, the whole 9 yards. I loved it. But I only smoked a turkey once, and I did not do a good job of it. I'm going to admit it. Moon River, no audio. Okay, back now. Ace Bachelor Cool is my favorite. He's funny. He is funny. I know Ace. He is funny. There's no doubt. Info for beginners. Okay. I built a 55-gallon UDS, the best smoker I've ever owned. That turkey came out good. Wow. I've had smoked turkey that was great. Absolutely great. But my smoked turkey did not come out. I went back to frying them. It's painful to watch. Sorry about that, abuser. John says, I was a cook for 35 years in long-term care. Christmas and Thanksgiving just made extra work. I can imagine it would. I can imagine being a cook in long-term care facilities being actually a difficult job. Copal, Ace seems like a good guy, but with his latest run, not someone that I would take advice from. I'd buy him a beer, though. Yeah, there you go. You know what? Everybody has a different thing. YouTube is a form of entertainment. We all see that. We all know it. What is the buying process for buying an apartment in Mindenai Palace? Do I need a permanent resident of the country? Can I have certain requirements? You don't need to buy, you don't need anything but money. That's it. You don't have to be a Filipino resident. You don't have to live in the Philippines. You could literally transact the whole thing online with the buyer and the seller, although I wouldn't recommend it. But you can do the whole thing. You don't need to be here. You don't need to have an ACR card. You don't need squat. Okay? None of that to buy a condo. Everything else, much different. Yep. My doctor asked me if I eat fried food. I said every day, twice. He said that the calories and cholesterol was not good. I told him not an issue. I used oil from the dumpster because it's been cooked out. Okay, Michael, let's good for you. How the hell does someone lose or get their wallet stolen? Well, the first time, as Ace will tell you, had everything in a portfolio. It was tucked under his arm or he was carrying it. Two guys on a motorcycle screamed by, snatched it, had his passport, his phone, his IDs, everything. The second time, I think it was just his wallet. And you can go back to his videos and find out. Bruce, my wife cooked this year's turkey in an oven cooking bag. Yeah, I've had somebody else did that years ago, and it was good. Turkey, cheese, and mayo, best leftover. Oh, you know what? Turkey, mayo, and lettuce. That, to me, is the best. On plain white bread. And I mean soft, plain white bread. Abuser, dementia. Oh. Hot corned beef on rye, horseradish. Yeah, that's good too. Holy shit. Hard to come by, though, here. Ace is my age. Please say it ain't so. The key to a moist turkey is a good smoker and inject the bird with herb butter. I inject the bird even when I'm frying it. I coat it the night before with about 1.5 pounds of butter. First, I cover it in olive oil. Then I coat it in butter mixed with all kinds of Cajun spices. And then the next morning, I cover it in more butter and more spices. Let it sit for another hour or two, and then into the fryer it goes. Yeah, you're right. I tend to watch Philly, and I'm a member too. Yeah, you know. See, I mean, everybody has different things that people like and everything else. I think the Philippine people can relate to the indigenous folks in North America. It's perhaps, I don't know. The indigenous folks in North America never got their shit back. Okay? The Philippines got their land back and their country back. Now, it wasn't nice, it wasn't easy, and it wasn't free. And when I say free, there's a lot of things that are intangible costs. But, yeah. Let's see here. The air fryer, which I see is popular in the Phils, but it's also great for reheating deep fried turkey to savor. You know what? We have an air fryer. Use it all the time. Love it. LG, well, one good thing, when Philly moves, he will not need any moderators. The star of his show is Angela's Walking Street. You know what, LG? We'll see. We'll see. Shame Overstay didn't have any turkey this year. He can mess up anything in the kitchen. Yeah, I've seen Marcos in the kitchen a couple of times. You know, there's plenty of turkey to be had in Padilla. That's for sure. Mogman. My last drama video was a homage to Ace and his drinking video. I thought it was hilarious, so make it eating the chip. All right, Mog. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Abuser, me too. ABC refresher course for old timers. It might be. Sorry, I meant Candy Palace. That's fine, 10. I understood what you were getting to. If an expat buys a condo in the Philippines, does that automatically qualify him for an SRV? No, Ruby, it doesn't automatically qualify him, but here's what can happen. We know people that have done this. I would not recommend it. An expat can take the value of his condo and apply that into the security deposit that the SRRV requires. There's a way to do that. I would not do it. I would just put up the cash. Everyone is one ace and Philly. No one is giving love to Tom Young, Lechon, and Filipina Oprah, where you can learn all the lady boys working. You know what, Kevin? I got nothing to say about Tom Young, Lechon. I'm sorry. I really don't. Abuser, no. Also, Fat Joe is back drunk walking the streets. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw he put a video out this morning saying he's leaving tomorrow. Good for him. A Joe named Mike. Good morning, Mike. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Fat Joe's been behaving himself this time. I don't know. I don't watch him. Okay? If all of your content is only about getting laid on Walking Street and getting drunk, it doesn't interest us. It doesn't bring anything to our lives that we're interested in. So we just don't watch. Not that it's bad, we just don't watch. Ace is great. Shit happens to him and he reports it to us. Reconnaissance, a true vet. Well, let's hope it gets better for him. BT and Betty, howdy, howdy. How you doing, BT? Hope you're doing well. Fat Joe, just trying to understand what he is saying with his slurred drinking and accents. Yeah, I don't watch him, so I don't know. I have seen him at Candy Palace before, and I can tell from his blog. I watched it this morning. He's staying 2 doors down. AO, I think he's staying over at the AO condos or AO apartels or whatever. Whoa, apparently, whatever that is. Michael, best thing to do is soak the turkey in a salt brine, and that's what we do. We soak it in a, whoops. Best thing to do is soak the turkey in a salt brine, ice overnight, keeps the moisture, changes the structure. Yeah, and that's what we do. I put mine in a salt brine, okay? If I'm going to slow cook it, if I'm going to fry it, I don't put it in a salt brine. I just simply marinate it with Cajun spices. Yep. Always, buddy. Hope you do have an awesome day and many blessings. Yeah, Mog, we did. I hope you and Christine are doing well. I watched your Cebu, what was it? The bird show this morning. Giovanni, did you have turkey and all the fixings? Yes, we did, Giovanni. We absolutely did, and it was delicious. What is the security deposit? How does that work? And are there anything that can prevent someone getting residence in the Philippines? Well, absolutely. I mean, if you've got, that's a very complicated question. All right. Security deposit means you're renting it, not owning it. All right. So when you present at the front desk or when you're making reservations, they're going to want a security deposit. How does that work? And is there anything that can prevent someone getting residence here? Absolutely. You could be on a blacklist. There are a lot of reasons they won't let you into the Philippines. And letting you into the Philippines will not guarantee you that you're going to get an ACR card. You got to go then pass a background check with NBI after that. So there's a lot to that. John, we adopted 2 native children. They like to be referred to as First Nation. Yes, indeed. Yes. And more power to you, John. Absolutely. $1,500. I think what you're talking about is the SRRV, and that would be for veterans. They can get one for $1,500. I think that's what you're talking about, Abusa. Niff, good morning. Good morning, Niff. How are you? Hope you're doing well. American has to get FBI background check. Yeah, and I think what happens, Buser's correct, NBI will run a query to the US FBI. And if it comes back negative, then in other words, the FBI doesn't do a check. It's just going to say, I have something on this person or I don't. But if it comes back negative, that's part of it. Giovanni, that's why I watch your channel. You're a no bullshit, straight up guy. Hey, we try and tell the truth. We try our very best to present both sides of the story, and we try and only talk about the stuff that we can give you, that we experience firsthand. First Nation is a Canadian thing. I can advise the same is not true. Really, they wouldn't call it First Nation in the United States, Copal? That's interesting. Travel agencies can help. Yeah, there's a lot of 583 right down the street does them. Candy Palace will help you get your SRRV. Yeah, that bird show was crazy. The pickpocket bird can make some money. Yeah, that's for sure. Do we have our Christmas tree up in the other room? No, we don't. I have a feeling that may be on the bucket list very soon. Big Joe's in Manila as we speak, flying out tonight. Fantastic live from Philly Sports Bar. Cheap Charlie, Drunken Master. Yeah. Well, we wish him the best trip. We really and truly do. BT, I'm in the AC about every 15. Stop vlogging, walking street way back. It's always the same. Yeah. Yeah, it's $1,500 for military, $10K or $20K for others. PAR marketers aren't supposed to charge for SRRVs. Services. There you go. Richard knows. I am not. I don't have an SRRV. I think well, I don't have one. I don't need one. I'm a 13A. Up to 60 watching. We were setting a record today. No kidding, Kevin. We had 62 at one point, which is well, 52 was the record prior to even today. 54 right now, 62 at one point. That's just incredible for this little channel. We really appreciate your support. We really appreciate, and talking to you gives us ideas. It really does. Copal says I'm slacking, got to get the tree up. It's not my favorite thing to do, Copal, I'm going to be honest. Shout out to Junior and Adrian. Yes, I see Adrian every now and then. I don't really deal with Junior. Junior's permanently a beggar, and we already have too many situations. It's one thing to give once in a while. It's another thing to give twice a day, and that's what can happen. So, well, look, we're at an hour and 33 minutes, and we want to say thank you. We want to say thank you very much. We really appreciate everybody dropping in. For those of you that are watching this on the replay, we appreciate it. And for those of you that are here now, we appreciate it. We always really look forward to the comments. We really look forward to getting the ideas. And we look forward to meeting all of you, even if it's just this way. So thanks so much. We hope you have a great day. And we're going to go play with our Osmo. Thanks. Bye.